Good morning, my loves. Happy Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving Day. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning, this beautiful Thanksgiving morning, and we are discussing traditions. Not just holiday traditions, but traditions in general. And I got to thinking about this last night because one of the things that's been going on forever in Brenda world is food. And one thing I love, I've always enjoyed, is Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning. I can't remember if I do this on New Year's, probably. I love a nice mince pie. Cannot find them here. It is not going to happen. Heartbreaking, I know. Had to suck it up. So this year I substituted pumpkin. It's okay. So I made it last night so that I could have it for breakfast this morning. I have been doing this, having pie for breakfast on a holiday. I can't think back any further than like 7th grade when I was like 11, 12, something like that. So growing up, once I started junior high, once I started 7th grade, I was drinking coffee by the time I was 3. It was mainly milk and sugar and coffee. But in the family, that's part of the tradition. We drink coffee starting, when you're very young. So 7th grade, every morning, my mom would fix me a cup of coffee. That's how she would wake me up. Seriously, is with a cup of coffee. And I would stumble into the kitchen, and my dad, God bless him, would always have sitting in my little place 2 pieces of toast, perfectly jelly. It would have jelly or jam, strawberry jam on it. And my dad was head of research and development at Boeing. And he would do this for me before he left for work. Or, I would walk in just as he was finishing it up. And he would say, "Old Dad has left you something. Have a good day." And he would head out the door. I'll never forget that. And it wasn't that big a deal. It's toast. I could have done it. My mom could have done it. But it was my dad's way of saying he loved me. He couldn't say that. That was hard for him. So he did this for me. I get teary thinking about it every day. So Thanksgiving at our house, a nightmare. My mom would get very intense, very loud, very, "Oh my God, this isn't done, that isn't done," and just screaming and storming about. Everything was fine. It was just her. It's just a her thing. Very dramatic. So we would get up about 6. My job was to take care of the table setting and to do a salad. Mom's doing everything else. Dad's job was to chop the walnuts for different dishes and maybe help with potatoes, peeling potatoes. But everybody had their job. Now, my brother was in college and out of the house. He wasn't involved. My other siblings were grown, and they're 17 years older than I am, so they were gone, long gone. So we would get up, coffee's made. Mom and Dad were heavy smokers. They would be sitting at the kitchen table, having coffee and a cigarette, maybe having their breakfast. At my place setting, Dad had my toast ready for me and my coffee. And we would finish eating, and before we would do anything else, and it's always just irritated the hell out of my mom, he'd say, "Bryn, I think we need a piece." Dad loved this bread my mom made. It was called date nut bread. I couldn't stand it. Nobody else in the family liked it except he and my mom. He loved it. He lived for this every year. That's what he wanted for breakfast. Now, not being a fan of that, I would get my mincemeat pie, which I couldn't wait for. I was excited. Lots of whipped cream. That starts your day, and then you're ready to go. That was part of our tradition for Daddy and I. Irritated the hell out of my mom. Why can't you wait? Wait for everybody else. We'll have it when we have dinner. That's what we did. It was our tradition. It was just an us thing. Another kind of weird, quirky us thing was dinner was generally, watch my words, generally was to be served at noon. Most people would show up 11:30, chat, have appetizers, help get everything on the table, except my sister and her family, who were always at least an hour late. Always. Always. So we would generally start without them. Mom would wait maybe 20 or 30 minutes, say some very colorful words, and we would proceed. because she's not waiting an hour for them to get there. That was just them. I know when I got married, my sister was one of my bridesmaids. She was 2 hours late to my wedding. It's just her thing. You gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go. So it was one of our other traditions. I'm getting all teary talking about all this stuff. So we lost my mom in 97 due to cancer. Daddy, holidays that year were really, really tough for Dad. And I made him this date nut bread. And I called him the night before and said, hey, I need you at my house at 7 a.m. Well, what do you need? And I said, I just need you at my house at 7 a.m. My son was off to college. And Daddy showed up. I had breakfast ready. And after he finished eating, I looked at him and said, don't you think we need a piece? And he just got the biggest smile on his face because he realized I made his date nut bread. It meant the world to him that I remembered, and I knew how much it meant to him. If it meant that much to him, it meant that much to me. It's what you do. You carry the traditions forward. You don't have to. It's a matter of taste. It's a gesture of love, but you do what works for you. Plain and simple. Some families pray when they sit down to eat. Some don't. Some have the game on. Some don't. Every family is different. So the nice thing about being an adult and moving out of your parents' home, you get to do your traditions your way. So until my dad passed, I made sure he had that date nut bread every year. Absolutely. Because it meant that much to him. If it meant that much to him, it meant that much to me. Now, once I got I left my parents' home, one thing I do not like turkey. I mean, it's fine as a sandwich or on a sandwich. I do not like ham. On a sandwich, it's okay. If it's in food, like people will put ham in beans no, we're just going to pass on that because I think it's nasty. It's just no. So I would do not laugh at me. You can chuckle, but don't laugh. I always get a Stouffer's single serving lasagna. And that's what I have. It works for me, it makes me happy. I don't like turkey. I don't like ham. It works. I still have the sides, absolutely. But I also have my lasagna. Why not? If it works for me, that's all that matters. The last time I hosted a large Thanksgiving, I want to say it was 20 years ago. It's when my son and his wife will have been married 20 years in December. And it was the Thanksgiving right before they got married. And they came down, her parents came down, her grandmother came down. I had a whole house full. And I fixed everything. I fixed ham and turkey, all the sides, homemade bread, all kinds of stuff. Because it meant a lot. And it was merging traditions. And they could carry forward whatever traditions they want when they got married. And they did. Some they kept. They have their own traditions now, which I love that. That's wonderful. So support your kids as they develop their own traditions. Don't criticize them. It's their life. If they carry something forward, say thank you. I'm glad you guys are doing that. That's cool. I like that. But don't nitpick. Let it be a them thing. So this year, last night, I was not able to get my mince pie. Heartbroken, but I sucked it up. And I did pumpkin. I cooked it last night. It's beautiful. Put it in the refrigerator when it was done, so that this morning when I got up at 4 and I fed the cat, I could have my pie for breakfast. And I did. And it was good. Finn had a little bite. He's never had pumpkin before, I don't think. And it's an acquired taste. He's adapting. And later today, I imagine we'll be watching the game because it's just the cat and I. We'll be watching the game. And I will have my meal. I'm trying to watch my weight, and I am not doing lasagna this year. I'm just doing sides, but I am doing dressing. Now, to me, stuffing is if you put it in the bird. If you stuff a turkey, then it's stuffing. Otherwise, it's dressing. It's just a me thing, but it's my mom's recipe. Absolutely. cornbread dressing. Yep. And I'm from the Midwest, so you got to have green bean casserole. Now, down south, they do macaroni and cheese. I'm not a cheese fan. I don't like macaroni and cheese. So, no. That's all I'm having, actually. I have my pie, and I'm going to have my dressing and my green bean casserole and maybe a salad. That's it. But it works for me. It'll work for Finn. Finn is going to have salmon. It's a very special day for him. I'm very thankful for him. So Finn is having salmon. I might see if he wants a little bit of the cornbread dressing. I don't think a spoonful is going to hurt him. I doubt if he will want green bean casserole, but you never know. And I'm sure at some point in the next day or two, I will hear from my son, and they will share with me everything that they did for the holiday and their traditions. Support how your kids do their traditions, even if it's not your way. If you are visiting someone and their traditions are different than yours, tell them you really appreciate this. This is really great. You may not understand it, you may not appreciate it, but be gracious and be kind. I mean, I remember years ago, my nephew's making fun of me for my lasagna. Don't care. Don't care. I like it. Works for me. There you go. So just celebrate the traditions and carry them forward. It's okay. Christmas. Some families have their own holiday, traditions. Some open a present or two, maybe all of them, Christmas Eve, and then Santa comes, during the night Christmas or Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day you have the big dinner and everybody gets together again. That's just some families. Some families have everything on Christmas Day. Some families will be celebrating Christmas on Thanksgiving so that everybody can be together one time a year. Whatever works for you is beautiful and wonderful. So just make it work. It's not that big a deal. Hanukkah's coming up. Another big deal. Just embrace it. Whatever works. Invite whomever you want. Some families merge Hanukkah and Christmas. Hanukkah Mass. Seriously, I love that. Why not? Do what works for you. I have friends that are Muslim, and I have celebrated their holidays with them. Absolutely. They've celebrated holidays with me. It's what friends do. You support. You appreciate, you enjoy, you celebrate. Celebrate our differences and the diversities. It's okay. It's fine. Just be you. Be happy to be you. Be your authentic self and allow other people to be who they are and to have the ability to comfortably and safely celebrate their traditions and their holidays. So, in closing, happy Thanksgiving. Go forth and eat and laugh and enjoy and love. Watch some good football, watch the parade, whatever works for you. Just have an enjoyable day. Play nice. Don't let people push your buttons. You always have 3 options: react, respond, or walk away. Today is the day to walk away. Today is the day to tell people you love them, you appreciate them, how much they mean to you, their friendship, their loyalty. You're glad you married them. You're so thankful that they're your kiddo. I told Finn, I am so glad I rescued him. He is such a blessing. And he knows it. So have a wonderful, beautiful Thanksgiving, and we'll talk soon.